Hello everyone! Today I want to tell you more about board games. Did you know that the history of board games started 5,000 years ago before century? The first famous board games was created in Egypt 3,500 years before century, and it's called Senap. Romans also was played some board games, and their most popular board game called 20 line game, and the rules are really similar to the nowadays famous game which is called backgammon. In Western Europe, the most famous game was Tafel, and the age of it is 500 years before century. In 1759, the man whose name is John Jeffrey invented absolutely new type of board games, which is called Journey Through Europe. And it was the real boom on board games that time. By the way, a lot of new board games were created in the period from the 19th to 20th century. But what about nowadays? Why board games are so popular now? So, people from this industry used to say a lot of reasons. First of all, the internet, because nowadays board games are also used online. You can play them, try them, and then buy it for yourself. So it makes board games more valuable than before. But professionals from this industry used to say that board games nowadays become easier and better than before. Elegant mechanics and impressive artworks, all of these factors influence on customers to buy, to play and enjoy board games. For example, Scott Nicholson is a famous game designer and the director of the Game Lab in USA. He says that today we can face a collapse of two different traditions of designing board games, the European and the American one. That is, for him, that is the main reason why board games are going through the gold age of them today. Now I want to recommend you five best games for your company. First of all, Monopoly. Have you ever heard about the game which name is the Lord Land game? It was invented by Lizzie Magie in USA in 1935. The main aim of the game is to be the wealthiest player. You can buy, you can sell, you can use some blackmail with other players, and I think it sounds really familiar, isn't it? Then, in 1935, she sold her patent for this game to the Brothers Company, and it had a great success in USA and Europe, but her patent was sold for only $500, but Brothers made a whole fortune on this idea. Today you can play Monopoly online with some random friends, with some random people, also in your company of friends, family, and you actually will enjoy it. The best option is 3 or more players, because in this case the game goes faster and more interesting. Next game called Codenames. It was created in 2015 in Czech Republic and it became an absolutely bestseller. The main aim of the game is to find all 25 identities of your spies. You also have 2 main persons in each company and in each team, and they should to identify other players. It's a fast-paced game. The rule is really simple, and one session takes about 15–30 minutes, so you can enjoy this game during your party or some event. Next, Charades. It is a party word game, and actually it was popular in France in 18th century. But today it's still popular and it can really catch your attention. The main aim of this game is to act out like a phrase without any speaking and without any phrases. Your team should guess what are you talking about, which they try to guess, and you should make it as soon as it's possible. The real advantage of this game is that you don't need any cards or any other stuff. You can just create your own things and try to guess it. I think it will a good entertainment for your party. I guess it will be a really great entertainment for your party. Dixit is one of my favorite board games. It was created in France in 2008, and nowadays it's still popular. And it's really great one. The main point of the game is to create your own story using some cards. For example, I have a card which reminds me about some happy event in my life, and I can tell the story for my friends, and they should guess what is the card which I give them. So it's really interesting game. It takes about 30 minutes to play, and you really will enjoy it if you will use your own imagination and some local stories and local jokes for your friends. It can make you closer to each other. Let's add a bit of psychology games. The one is called Mafia or Werewolf. It was created in Russia in 1986 by a psychology student for his project for university. There are two groups of players in this game, some citizens and some mafia teams. Each of them want to win, and there are also two phases during the game, night and day. During the day, citizens and mafia members try to guess who is a real danger in this city. And during the night, mafia can do its work and kill some citizens. On the morning, players should choose some people whom they want to leave this game. It's a really interesting psychology project, as this student wanted to learn how different teams who know their characters will act in relation to their personalities and identities. Now it's really popular in Russia. You can buy some cards, or you can do some other tools. You can write your own characters and use them. So just use your imagination and enjoy the game. It was top 5 of the best board games for you and your company. So use your imagination, spend time with your friends, and enjoy this time.